Okay, today we are doing the study guide for percents. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, it says, what is 25% of 40? Remember, is over of equals percent over 100. So we've got 25% here, so that goes over 100. And we've got of 40. So the 40 goes on bottom because of goes on bottom. And we are looking for the x. So we will just cross multiply this. So we've got 40 times 25, and it's 1,000. And then we divide that by 100. And then you get 10. So our answer here is 10. And the next one says, what is 115% of 80? So again, of 80 means 80 is going on the bottom. So we have 80 times 115 divided by 100. So it's 9,200 divided by 100 gives us 92. Okay, 8% goes over 100 of 70. So 70 goes where up goes again, is what number? So 70 times 8 divided by 100. So 70 times 8 divided by 100. It's 5 6/10. The next one says 90%. So 90 goes over 100 because percents always go over 100. Of the 50 free throws, so of 50. Okay, so 50 times 90 divided by 100. So 4,500 divided by 100 is 45. Okay, and number 5 down here is 26% of 44. This says best estimate, so that just means we're going to round. You could round before you cross multiply and divide or after. So I'm just going to put these where they would normally go, of 44. And 44 times 26 divided by 100. Okay, so this is 11 4400ths. If you had that as your answer, that's a perfectly fine answer. You could have also had 11. I don't know why this pen is messing up. Hold on just a second. Let's try this again. 11 4400ths, 11.4, or just 11. All of those would be correct answers. Okay, so here we have 0.5% or 0.5%. So 0.5 goes over 100 because percents always go over 100. Of 600 means 600 goes on bottom. So again, we'll do 600 times 0.5 divided by 100. So 600 times 0.5 divided by 100. And that gives us 3, so no need to round there. Okay, the next one says which equation and solution represents each situation. We're still doing the same thing we've been doing. Is over of equals percent over 100. So 32 is my percent, so it goes over 100. Of 79 means 79 goes on bottom. And then we just cross multiply and divide. 79 times 32 divide by 100. 79 times 32 divide by 100. So that is 25 2800ths. If you were trying to round that to the nearest tenths place, that would round up to 25 3/10. The next one says 10% of what number is 30. This one's a little bit different than what we've been doing, just as far as the numbers that they've given us. We do have our percent, so that goes over 100. This says of what number means we don't know the of, and it says is 30, which means 30 goes on top where the is goes. So we are looking for our of. We cross multiply, so we are going to multiply 30 times 100 and then divide that by 10. So 30 times 100 divided by 10, that's 3,000, divided by 10 is 300. Okay, the next one is 64%, which means 64 goes over 100 because percents always go over 100. And this says of 120, which means 120 goes on the bottom. So 120 times 64 divide by 100. So 120 times 64 divide by 100. And that gives us 76 and 8/10. Okay. Okay. Number 10 said, while eating lunch, Tyler ate 70% of the carrots he had in his bag. There were 12 carrots in his bag, so 75%, percent always goes over 100. There were 12 carrots in his bag, so of the carrots he had in his bag, he had 12 in his bag. Okay, so then we do the same thing we've been doing. 75 times 12 divided by 100. So 75 times 12 divided by, which is 900, divided by 100 is 9. Okay, number 11, Melinda ate breakfast and wanted to leave her waitress 20% tip. Anytime we have tip, sales tax, or markup, you add that number to 100. So 20% plus 100 is 120%. That goes over 100. Okay, and then our $7.50 is how much our meal costs, so that goes on the bottom. Okay, so then we just do $7.50 times 120 divided by 100. $7.50 times 120 divided by 100, and that'll also be 9. Technically, it would be $9 because we're talking about food and money and how much it would cost. So $9, but if you just put 9, fine. Darren bought a new pair of soccer cleats for $59.99. The sales tax, remember tax we add to 100, is 6.5%. What is the total cost that he'll pay? So 6.5% is 106.5%, because remember we add this number to 100. That goes over 100 because percent always goes over 100. Okay, and then we've got our $59.99 that goes on bottom here. So 99 times 106.5 divide by 100. Okay, so 59.99 times 106.5. Oops, forgot to press the decimal. And then divide that by 100. Okay, so you're going to get a really long decimal here. We just want to round this to the nearest hundredth because we're talking about money. So we've got, I'll write the long decimal up here. Okay, and then we just have to round that to the hundredths place. So we've got 63 and 80. It would be 8, but we have to look behind it, and that 9 is going to bump that 8 up to a 9. So $63.89. Okay, Mr. Martin bought a microwave that was originally priced at $225. He received a 30% discount. Discount we take away from 100. So 100 minus 30. Okay, so that gives us 70. Our percent always goes over 100. Okay, and then we got the 225 on bottom. So 225 times 70 divided by 100. So 225 times 70 divided by 100 gives us 157.5, but again we're talking about money here, so it needs to come out to the hundredths place. That's a 5. Okay. $157.50. Okay, Yancey got his haircut for $16. He left a 15% tip for the barber. So 15% tip means we add that to 100%, so that's 115 over 100 equals, sorry about that, equals x over 16. So then we do 16 times 115 divided by 100. 16 times 115 divided by 100, and that gives us 18.4, but again, we're talking about money, so it's going to be $18.40 because we want our money to come out to the hundredths place. Okay, for the next part, a percent of change. Remember, this is where you put the amount of change or where you subtract them. The amount of change goes over the original, and then your x, your percent, will go over 100, but we don't have our percent for these problems, so x will go over 100. So we're going to subtract the two. 40 minus 25 gives me 15. My original is my first number that goes on bottom, and then x over 100. So 15 times 100 gives us 1,500 divided by 40. So 1,500 divided by 40. So we get 37.5, and again, this is our percent. So 37.5 is a percent. It says round to the nearest whole percent, so that would actually be 38%. And it says state whether the percent of change is increasing or decreasing. From 40 to 25, we're actually going down, so it is decreasing. Decreasing. Okay. For the next one, 120 to 140 is 20 because 140 minus 120 is 20. The original is 120 that goes on bottom equals x over 100. So 20 times 100, which is 2,000, divided by 120. Okay, so we get a long repeating decimals. We want to round that to the nearest whole percent, which would round to 17%. Okay, and from 120 to 140, we are increasing, so our answer is going to be 17% increase. Okay, and this next part is simple interest. So we are just multiplying all three of these numbers together, except for we need this percent to be a decimal first. So we've got 250 times 0.034 times 3. And the next one will be 57. Well, let's get this one first. I didn't even write 570 right. Okay, 250 times 0.034 times 3. Okay, and that'll be 25.5. And again, we're talking about money. So that'll be $25.50. Okay, and this next one is 570 times 0.02 times 4. Okay, so in the next we've got 570 times 0.02 times 4, and that gives us 45.6, and again we're talking about money, so we need to annex that 0 on the end to make it out to the hundredths. Okay, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Make sure you study. Bye!